I would say 5 audiences of all time to support wrestling. So hopefully I'll get to see some of those folks. I'll get to see Ellsworth, who I, by the way, got him his job with WWE. Hope he remembers that.
Tell us real quick, if you can, how that happened.
Well, I mean, they had him at TV, and it was coinciding with Braun Strowman's debut. So we just worked out a couple of things that made Braun Strowman look like exactly what he is, a friggin' full-grown, full-blown monster. Worked a little spot where Ellsworth, who obviously is like me, he's not a body guy, but he somehow managed to get behind Braun and get a chokehold / sleeper around him in the corner, and Braun just took off across the ring, running with him on his back, on his neck, hanging on for dear life.
Looked like a toddler, just hanging on.
We just worked out a couple of things that made Braun look like Godzilla, and it was creative, and everybody was on board, and it worked for everybody, and Vince rewarded him with a position.
So cool. Yeah, man. Well, you're going to see him June 28th, Friday night. Now, I got to ask, you're going to be in the Baltimore area. I know June 30th.
No, I'm not.
You're not doing it?
I'm not doing it.
Okay. You see, we have been working.
We know what we're talking about. Yeah, we know. We're not going for the
seafood.
No big ass crab cakes. No.
Okay. All right. So then he'll be quickly out of Hagerstown, because that Sunday, June 30th, you're going back to Benton Convention Center in Winston-Salem with Brock and CW. Buddy, you're just racking up the miles.
I'm doing plenty, and it's fun, and they're all functional, and it's not flying coast to coast with a couple of connections or any of that. It's, man, I'm digging this drive, and AML is custom cut, custom made for us driving out of Charlotte. Everything is like under 100, 120 miles. That's glorious.
It's a beautiful thing. We were just talking about long airplane flights before jumping on here, and you don't got worried nothing about that with AML. So
had my share, buddy. And they run a good show, and they have a great following. They have a great audience, and it's old school wrestling fans for the most part. Not all, but for the most part. And they got some talented kids working there. So
and good people running it too.
Everything, yes. Yeah. Tracy is a great guy.
Yeah, absolutely. July 8th, we got 2 more appearances, guys. We'll keep it rolling here. Springfield Lucky Horseshoes. That's Double J's. He's invested in that minor league baseball team. But it's Four Horseshoes night with Arn Anderson. And listen, you guys can be a part of it if you're in the area there in Springfield, Illinois. $45. You get an upgraded ticket. You get to hang out on the deck with Arn Anderson for 2 hours, and you have access, Arn, to an all-you-can-eat horseshoe bar. Buddy, I know you were like, you don't have to pay me as much if I get this all-you-can-eat for 2 hours gimmick.
See, that's where we still don't know each other all the way. The worst thing you can do when you've got 2 hours of having to hobnob and entertain our guests,
you're not
fans, the worst thing you can do is load up on a bunch of shit to eat. And now you're looking for a place to take a nap, and then it all comes tumbling down because you go from, well, you know what, he looks pretty good for 65 to Jesus Christ. Somebody go wake him up or make sure he's alive.
Is he in a coma? What
happening? What the heck? Oh, the old boy, how old is he? So I will be dancing around and trying to put my best foot forward and entertain folks that choose to show up. And I love baseball too. So
doing a little tap, it's going to be great. You see Arn dancing around there on the deck, and while the rest of them are stuffing their faces, he's going to be working.
I'll be working the room.